message to them this afternoon and today is that a new Nigeria is birth and the future of Africa is in entrepreneurship. And we are passing the message that do not wait for the government anymore. Look within you for national transformation, because everything, every idea that was stood the test of time actually was formed from within individuals. So every young Nigeria out there, look within you for something you can create for your society, your community, and for national transformation. And I'm challenging you that do not limit yourself. There's so much inside of you that you can give back to society, and before you know it, the world will come looking for you. Okay, my background was whereby I'm coming up from the six, whereby we have so much challenges. We're just trying to think for ourselves, and I realize that now that I have a little opportunity within myself, why can't I just inspire as many as I can for them to stand on their feet? Because the Nigerian government are doing so much, but you can't probably leave everything on them. So we as an individual, like the saying goes, charity begins at home. And I've said time and again that national economic transformation is no longer what we demand from the government, it's what we demand from ourselves as a citizen of this great country. So if we can look within us, just unveil something within us, then we're going to go places. And that was what inspired me for this meeting the CEO. And this is the third edition, and we're looking forward to the next year edition, 2024. It's going to be mind-blowing.
Two things. I think I would say I'm a maximizer of voices. And I think that when you maximize voices, you also empower the people without voices to bring expression to their talents and to their skills. And I think entrepreneurship runs across different sectors. So you have mediapreneurs, you have social entrepreneurs, you have business entrepreneurs. So there are different categories of enterprise. But I think one of the most important thing I can say, going by what I learned and I heard today, is that you have the capacity to say no to what you don't want, so that the things you need can be frontlined. And I think that's where people need to start looking at what works for them as an entrepreneur. And I must say that I am really fascinated by the array of speakers that I was able to listen to today. I listened to Dr. Elvis, I listened to, the lady who talked about her enterprise Okoto. I listened to Juliet Ibrahim, refreshing. I never knew that she went through that process of, crisis to become. And so the power of becoming was shared in this conversation. And I think that for every entrepreneur, the power of becoming is so important, so that you have the ability to sustain your capacity.
Some people are called to entrepreneurship. Some are called to intrapreneurship. But the point is, whatever your call is, whether it's social enterprise, you must ensure that you go through process and don't jump the process. You must make sure that while the process is going on, you are learning and growing and advancing and relearning and rebuilding until you optimize. When you get optimized, the world will listen to you. When your ideas mature, because you have allowed time to happen to it, the world will listen to you. And so what I'm saying is that every young person, just be a leader entrepreneur. Just be an entrepreneurial leader. Just be an intrapreneurial leader. If you're working for somebody, you have to become an entrepreneur working for somebody. Become the owner of that business as a result of your dedication and time. The world is looking for people who can serve, grow, and become. So that's basically what it is. If you stretch and become and be optimized, the world will listen to you.
Major push in life has always been the fact that I know I wanted to stay alive. I wanted to succeed at whatever my life purpose was. Even though I didn't know when I was a young child what my life purpose was, it took me in my 30s during COVID lockdown to realize what my life purpose was. For a lot of people, they just go on living, and I was just one of those people. But I still knew that there was something out there for me. So my motivation was to just make sure that whatever that is my purpose, or whatever that keeps me going, or that I'm put on earth to do, has to be done right. But I cannot do it if I'm not healthy, if my mind is not, trained, if it's not educated, if I'm not experienced, if I'm not working, if I'm not investing in myself, I can't do any of those things or achieve my life purpose or my life's goal. So that's like my biggest motivation. Yeah. My message to everyone out there, the youth especially, is never give up on your dream. Whatever you want to do, you have to always have your purpose. When you find your purpose in life, then you have a plan. So you have to draw up a vision board. That vision board is where your plan is for your purpose that you've discovered in life and the goal that you want to achieve. So when you have those things, you're now going to sit down and start working word is important, because when you work strategically to get to your goal is what makes you achieve it. So everything else, all the other spices that you're adding in your stew is what? By being strategic to achieve your goal. So a lot of people just wake up and say, oh, because someone is doing something, so I want to do it. No, be strategic. If somebody is doing something, find out what is it that person is doing right, that they're getting it right, right? When you find out, what can I do to spice it up, to make it extra spicy, then people might also want me even more than they want that person for that thing, or my business or whatever idea, whatever product you're selling. You always have to find a solution.
Message to Nigerian youths is to not relocate and let's make Nigeria work. I know that there are a lot of problems or challenges, but where there are problems, also there are opportunities. I strongly advocate that instead of moving out of the country en masse, that we should look at what we can do here, find solutions to our problems, and then we can help make this country great again.
Full media company offering, PR services, content production, publication, and the rest. Be true to yourself. Know your why. Your why is very important. Your why actually would shape your life. Like I said earlier, on the stage, know your why, know your vision. Some people are not put out for entrepreneurship. It's fine, but while you're at your 9 to 5, make sure that you are contributing, towards the big objective, which is your why. And if you want to go into entrepreneurship, your 9 to 5, you want to go into entrepreneurship, which is a story that I can actually relate to, because I wanted to do business. I was passionate about my business, but I didn't have the capital for it, so I had to venture into 9 to 5. So if you are in that position, like I said, look within, find opportunities around you. If you need to bootstrap, please bootstrap. If you need to intern, please intern. Whatever you can do, over time, everything will work out fine.
Very proud, and with all of my heart, I am so appreciative that I met Dr. Elvis, because he's a young man that is showcasing what integrity is. And listening to him is like, is him from my family? So there are still Nigerians, very few, that believe in integrity. There are very few that believe in the name Nigeria. There are very, very, very few that believe that you would have been brought up like I was, putting ugu on my head, and now I am feeding people as I stand. It's not all you say. I'm paying school fees for 42 children.